Okay, another one of the things I like to do in Vista or XP Professional or 2003, I like to go to Explorer and modify the view just to assist me so that I can see operating system files and hidden files. Um, so here I would check this option, show hidden files and folders. I would uncheck hide extensions for known file types and uncheck hide protected operating system files. From an administrative point of view, it's more convenient to see everything up front without any filtering. Now, some users that may confuse them, or they may not like that experience, so it's nice to have that option. I would also disable the use sharing wizard. Again, I like to manually or finely tune the accumulation of permission between share and NTFS settings for a file or directory or object. In this case, when apply to all folders, I'll select yes. And then I'm going to go down here, and now you can see if I go to my C partition, my hidden files are kind of grayed out there. There's my page file sys. So I'm going to go over here, folder I'm going to create called, I'll create a folder called top secret. And in top secret, we have secrets, and we'll add another file here, super secrets. And this will be Super World Domination Death Ray. That'll be our top secret plans for our Super World Domination Death Ray. And I'll save that there. Now, how would we control permission or access to this directory and its objects? Let's follow Microsoft strategy first, so we'll use AGU DLP. Now, this particular installation is running in a VMware virtual environment, so I don't have Active Directory set up and it's not joined into a domain. So we don't really have the option of domain local groups, but by default you would normally add the user to a global security group, add the global security group to a universal group if that applied, add the global or universal security group to a domain local group, and then assign permissions to that domain local group. That's pretty much the most efficient way to manage permissions under NTFS and within Active Directory when you're combining different types of permissions. In this case, the A part of it, we'll add our user, and we'll add Austin Powers. Give him a password. And now let's go to the G part. Let's add the group. So we'll create a new group and we'll call it top secret. For the description, we'll just say super secret spies. We're going to add Austin Powers to that group. So there's Austin Powers. He's now part of that group. We'll go ahead and create it, and we'll close. And again, if we were to select that, we would now see that Austin Powers is a member of our top secret group with the description of super secret spies. And if we went to users and selected Austin Powers user account, he's a member of top secret and users. So he's got multiple group membership, and most users do. Now the permissions are cumulative, and generally it's the most permissive of the combination. So if users could not access that folder, but top secret can, then Austin Powers will be able to access that folder. He's not going to be restricted just because he's a member of users. The exception to that rule is when, if we were to explicitly deny users permission on that folder, then Austin Powers would be prevented from accessing that folder. Now again, normally we would create a domain local group, add the global security group top secret, to that domain local group, and then assign permissions to it. But as this is not Active Directory, we're just going to use the global security group. So again, I'm going to right-click Properties. I want to go to my Security tab. Look at some of the permissions here. I want to add the group in this case, not the user. Remember, you want to try to minimize the amount of access control entries on your DACLs. So in this case, I want to go ahead and add the group, which is top secret. And now that I've added the group, of which Austin Powers is a member of that group, I can control permission. I can give him full permission. And he's a member of users and also the global security group top secret. Even though users doesn't have full permission, it's cumulative and it's the most permissive, when you combine them. So because he's also a member of top secret, he does have full permission. Now the exception to that would be if I explicitly denied, if now users is what we call, it has an implicit denial on full permission. It's simply not allowed, but the deny is not checked. It's just that allow has not been checked with users. So Microsoft recommends that if you want to remove permission from something for a user account or a group, they recommend that you implicitly do it and not explicitly do it. And the reason is, it'll flow better with the inheritance hierarchy, and as the way that permissions accumulate. If we simply don't allow users to access the folder, and Austin Powers is a member of the users group, but he's also a member of Top Secret, and we do allow Top Secret to access it, then the way the permissions accumulate, he'll have full permission. He won't be denied just because he's a member of users. The exception to that would be, now what if we went here and we denied the users group permission to that? Even though he has full permission in Top Secret, because it was an explicit and not an implicit denial, then he would be denied permission. So that's kind of worth mentioning there, I suppose. Anyway, we'll give Top Secret full permission. We'll set users back to the default. And let's go ahead and click on OK. Now notice that we can get sort of the accumulated permissions here for administrators, users, and Top Secret. Now, if you notice these checks are grayed out, that means you're getting permission by inheritance. So permission from multiple groups and also permission from a parent object can propagate to its child objects. I'm going to go into advanced, and in addition, there's a lot of additional permissions that we could add. And I'm going to go to the auditing tab if I wanted to. Let's go ahead and add Top Secret to the auditing tab. Now, this is a two-step process. So we need to go into the local security policy and enable the auditing of object access. But for now, let's go ahead and add Top Secret. And notice I can audit success or failure of an object. In this case, we'll just we'll audit both. So I'm going to go ahead and close here. I can take ownership. In this case, the owner's administrators. That particular group, if I want to edit it. In this case, I'm gonna give ownership to Top Secret. And if I wanted to, let me go ahead and replace owner on subcontainers and objects, and this way it'll kind of propagate ownership of any objects in that subfolder. And I just tried to do that on a group. Now let me make Austin Powers. Hold on. I think, alright, I'm going to do Austin Powers here. And now, so Top Secret. Now, I've got to close and reopen this to get my current ownership, but if I were to look at this, we'll go to Security, we'll go to Advanced, and we'll go under Owner. Now Austin Powers is the owner of that particular object. Now I left myself some permissions under Administrator, but okay, so we're auditing owner, like XP Professional in 2003, 2008 Vista will give you the effective permissions. That's a very nice new feature. Makes permissions easier to manage. Now I'm going to go over and do the second part. I've added, in this case, the group, and I've decided what I want to audit. Success and failure of all of these, object access, full control. The other thing that I need to do is edit the security policy to allow that. So I'm going to open up a management console. I'm going to go over here. I'm going to add a snap-in, and let me go to, really all I need is just the group policy object. So we'll do the local computer policy. And again, usually with the Microsoft Management Console, my preference is I like to create it sort of a security toolbox and just have that on the menu or the system. But that's up to you. That's, of course, a matter of preference. Under Windows settings and security settings, we're going to go to, and let's look at local policies under audit policy. The thing that we want to enable is this. And by default, that's not enabled, so I had it enabled there. But this is what you would see, no auditing. So we want to enable this, and I want to record success and failure.